Last time on Let's Play Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. Now, transform into a morphle when it breaks it because it's going to try and suck you in. When it gets you into the mouth, use a bomb and you'll do some damage to it. And that should take off a third of the U-Mos' health. They'll fire gigantic lasers around. Trying to get this. Right, that's taking off more health, and now we've got one more head to deal with. Unnecessarily here, and yes, this is going to be it. We have defeated the U-Mos. And here it is. Man, I love this suit design so much. The dark suit is so awesome looking. The first time I ever saw this suit, I really liked it. Let's take our first step into saving planet Ether. Welcome back to Let's Play Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. In this episode, I just want to show you where we are for a moment. I keep getting my buttons mixed up now. Okay, so we are at the save station A. We have just finished Agon Wastes, although, as you can see there on the map, there are a few areas we've not been to yet. We cannot access these areas until we've obtained future upgrades in the game. So what we're going to do is go back this way, head up the lift to Temple Grounds, and go around Temple Grounds. And now, I know it's only been 2 episodes since the episode where we went around collecting power-ups, but that's probably going to be the focus of today's episode because there are a few things we can get now in Temple Grounds that we couldn't get before the first time we were here, simply due to the fact that we now have a lot more power-ups than we did before, and now is kind of the best time to go back there since we usually need to go back there anyway to progress through the game. That's on these blue maps on Asset. So there is going to be some relevant story progress in this episode, so it's not entirely filler really, but our main focus will be going after power-ups. So I'm just going to let the loading screen play out, and I will see you later when we get to the first power-up. It's been a while since we've been in this area, hasn't it? I just want to show off quickly because this is what the morphle looks like now that we're in the dark. Now we have the dark suit, so even it gets its own morphle configuration. So I feel it's pretty good. We should probably kill this wall wasp hive before it causes us any more problems. Once we've done all wall wasps, I want to turn your attention to something that you may have noticed while we're passing it. Now that we know what these do, doesn't this look awfully suspicious? We want to use the light beam on this pillar here, and this will open up the passageway. And behind this is a portal of darkness. You didn't think that the Temple Grounds didn't have a Dark World counterpart, did you? Of course it does. Welcome to the Sky Temple Grounds. So, obviously, if you look around here, there doesn't seem to be that much protection around this area. And there's a purple door here, which we can't do anything about. We saw one of those in Agon Wastes. In the meantime, we can switch to the light beam because Dark World and go through here. As you can see, we are taking damage, but not as much as we were before. Unfortunately, this U-Mos did not have nearly as luck. He probably could have done with the dark suit to help him through this area. I suppose this area is doable. You are going to go through here, but we're only in here for this right here. We have yet another missile expansion. That is the only reason I wanted to come into the Dark World for this portion. We are unfortunately a bit too high, too unprepared for this section to take truly advantage of it. We can scan this part here. Yeah, the U-Mos are a bit more restrictive of their Sky Temple grounds than the Luminous are of their Temple grounds, but we're taking quite a fair bit of damage, even if it's been heavily reduced by the Dark Suits. But you can see just how much the Dark Suit is making a difference. Let's get back to the Light World there, because let's be honest, I kind of want to be in there. Now we've got out of the way, and I want to go back into the Temple Grounds area and kill this War Wasp Hive again, which has respawned, because apparently interdimensional travel is super effective or something along those lines. We have one more War Wasp Hive to deal with, and then I want to go after something that's in here. So what you want to do is, you want to get up around this area. Now we couldn't do this before because we didn't have the space jump, but now that we have the space jump, I believe we can get to this area. Oh. I think I screwed myself over. I was supposed to use those crates to get up there. Okay. I remember now. Okay, so you want to jump on here. You want to jump on top of these pillars. We couldn't do. We need a space jump to get to this, but yeah. Okay, I remember now. It was you need to go into here and collect these. Then you want to travel along this path right here. And at the end of the path, you will need to transform into a morph ball to roll into this tunnel. And we saw it many times earlier, but now we can finally grab this missile expansion. So, with that done, I'd say it's about time we head out towards the Great Temple and to return the long-lost energy. However, you may remember I was talking about a power-up the first time we were in the Great Temple. We can now finally collect that power-up since we now have the bombs. So back here, another Lightbringer, Light Flyer. Which one you are? I think Light Flyer. Okay, I think I was getting confused with the one from the Dark World. So yeah, remember this passage here? We can now finally jump up here and progress through this section. Rolls around both sides, through this tunnel, and there's another missile expansion. So I've conveniently dropped out of the very end of the tunnel to collect it all. We're now sitting at 24% in terms of item completion, so we're nearly a quarter of the way there. Just one more upgrade and we will be at that 25% mark, and a Light Flare sniped me, dang it. No threats will show up here. We can open that door now, but I kind of want to pay U-Mos a visit and let him know ask him what we need to do next. So let's go back through here. Turn around slowly for dramatic effect. And let's return to the temple chamber. I thank you for restoring energy to the Temple of Agon. Your valor honors the Luminous, those who have passed and those who remain, here under my protection as they sleep in deep stasis. Be on guard, for the Ing do not suffer defeat lightly. They will surely seek revenge for your actions. With the energy lost from the desert region, they will increase their efforts in other lands. I have detected unusual amounts of inactivity in the Torvus sector. The enemy is on the move. The swamped lands of Torvus are treacherous and can hinder you considerably. Bear this in mind as you move through the bog. Seek the Temple of Torvus. More knowledge awaits you there. May the light of Ether serve you well. U-Mos, you can never seem to decide on one single voice. You keep changing every time I see you. So, we now know where we need to go next. We need to go to the Torvus Bog. So, that means we're going to explore some brand new areas. That being said, we're not going to go to Torvus Bog in this episode because we still have a few power-ups around the temple grounds we need to get, but I do want to move to a new area to show it off. I always get so paranoid that something's going to attack me in this room, but it never does. But it was the Alpha Stinson boss battle. Anyway, this is the pathway to Torvus. Beyond the pathway to Torvus sector lies. We can now move through to this section and we will finally get to explore new areas of the temple grounds that we've never been to before. Now, if you tried to scan this door when you got the upgrade way back after Agon Temple and the Bomb Guardian, you would have been hit with a hefty dead end. You cannot progress through here without the light beam. So, if we shoot this with the light beam, we can now move beyond here. We've got a new enemy to scan here. This is the Harmony class drone. Rogue maintenance unit. Roving mechanoid with energy-based attacks. Avoid direct contact. The Luminoff designed the Harmony units to be free-roaming, independent clearing units. They use focused energy beams and kinetic pulses to perform their duties. Unfortunately, they now consider all the things as filth that must be cleansed from the world. Be very careful around these guys because if you try to use your charge shot against them... Sorry, I'm getting confused with the ones with Prime 2, the original Metroid Prime, which had very similar types of enemies in there. And these look pretty much like a copy and paste, but be careful around these guys. So yeah, they're not as annoying as the ones in Prime are, but then Prime had the wave beam, which was the main way of dealing with those, so it's slightly easier to deal with that type of enemy in this game. We have a new lift to scan. This is the only lift in the Great Temple that we hadn't yet been to, because obviously we came in through a different entrance altogether, which we can no longer get back through because it is now blocked by a different kind of hologram. So if we go through this room, we have another gate to scan here. Let this gateway forever protect our sacred temple. May you find enlightenment and peace. On the other side, we have a brand new area and a bunch more war wasps. These things just never go away. So, before any more war wasps come, are there any more hives? Can't see any. Scan those already. So, this is the way to Torvus Bog. But as I go along here, I want to pay particular notes to this part here. We have some lore up here. Can we scan this? Oh, we can. Cataclysm. The starborn terror burned through the heavens and struck Ether with an untold might. We all expected the world to shatter, but Aether held. There was great devastation, however. The green plains of Agon were scorched forever, and the forest of Torvus was engulfed and wrecked by the sea. Racked by the sea. The skies burned for days, casting darkness over the land. Interesting they put lore up there though. I mean, it must be quite important somehow. Yeah, okay, you really want to remember this is here. This is incredibly important later on in the game, and I'm pointing this out now because it's not obvious if you have the hints turned off that you need just to go down this route. If you go this way, this is the way forward to Torvus, so we will not be taking this route just yet. Instead, we're going to be going a slightly different route to explore this brand new area of the temple grounds. We go down this passageway. Okay, never mind. We cannot actually get back through this door yet, so I'm going to take an alternate route. We're going to go back into the Great Temple and seek a few more power-ups that we couldn't get before. So I will meet you over the other side of the temple grounds where we will continue our power-up collection. Okay, we are back at the Hive transport area. I'm back here because you may remember me talking about this translator door a long time ago. Yet for some reason we haven't just like gone and opened it until now. We have been able to open this for quite some time, but I want to do it now because there is something of note I want to do through this way. So if we open this gate, go through this door, scan this other gate, and we now have a direct route back to our ship. Ship seems to be doing quite fine. Let's see how it's actually doing so far. Doesn't seem to say what its progress like for being complete, but while we're here, we might as well try and save the Luminoff anyway. It's hard to try and ignore that mission. Oh yeah, now we're over here, we can use this and shoot this right here. This will move this along this path and allow us to get up here and round to a different area. So we are able to get through to the area I wanted to explore, just a different area, a different sequence than I thought. Oh, I've seen some... Oh no, they're just blue lights. So we are a brand new room in the temple grounds. I say we try and explore a bit more because we managed to go through the back entrance towards this place. If we go through this door here, and we look at our map now, we're heading towards the underside of the temple. Unfortunately, we cannot get into this room. It is locked by a purple door. That's the second one in this episode we've seen, and the third one all LP. So I say we go back out through this door and find somewhere else to go. For instance, I say we go through here. Interesting, there's a path along the top of that route. I wonder if that will ever become important. When we go through this way, we hit the other side of the green door. We have a convenient pathway along the top. Remember that this is here because it's actually going to be very important. So we're going to go back to Samus's ship now and continue our collection of power-ups. Though, truth to be told, there's only about 2 we really need to get. Oh yeah, remember to scan this guy here. Another key bearer. That last hit breached my armor. The poison spreads. Though I have found the key, it is too late for me. Soon my light will fail. They know I am here. They will come to this site to plunder the key. My last stand shall be at the edge of the temple grounds. I only hope I have the strength to fight when they arrive. Good for you, managed to pick that up. I will hit up Samus's ship later, but I do want to go and explore something else. If you ever wonder what happened if you try to go back to the Splinter Hive long after finishing the game, I think we're about to find out. Surprise! We have an optional boss battle! This is the Dark Missile Trooper! Deceased Galactic Federation soldier armed with missile launcher. Bioscans indicates terminated life signs in this trooper and the presence of an unknown biomass. Though the missiles trooper's armour has been compromised, the bulk of it remains intact. Missile weapon system remains online as well. Full parasitic fusion is yet to be obtained, resulting in low agility and response time. We obviously know these things have been possessed by Ing all along now, so we deal with Ing, we get the Light Beam out. Light Beam is extremely effective against this thing. The missiles do a hefty amount of damage to it, but they're no match for the Light Beam and it's down. And for our troubles, we have received a missile expansion. That was a bit anticlimactic, but when you have a massive weakness to the Light Beam, I guess these things tend to happen. You have to jump through the entrance to the Splinter Hive to get through to that section, otherwise you will not be able to get in through there because that gate would be blocking the way. Let's try and recover our health a bit from all the traits scattered around the area. Now we know why they were there. They seemed a bit pointless at the time because there was nothing too threatening, but incremental world building and design. So we travel through this area, we know pretty much how this area is. We explored it quite heavily in part 1. So we're just going back through here, there's a few worker splinters along the way, which seems like such a joke now. Another trooper! Ah, he's dead. Well, he was already dead, but the Ing are no longer possessing it, so... So you may remember back in the section where we had to use a morph ball to progress, next to the morph ball tunnel we needed to take, there was another tunnel. We passed the section where the portal was. Okay. So we go right around here, go to this section here. We know, we remember scanning this before, it said it has telluric alloy in it. And now we know if it has telluric alloy in it, you need to bomb it. So that blows over. That was a bit unfortunate that we lost our bombs originally just before reaching this section, but now that we've got the bombs back, we can finally go through this tunnel and claim another missile expansion. So now we've got everything we can get in this area before progressing onto Torvus Bog. So I'm going to go back to Samus's gunship and heal up completely in terms of health and ammo. Oh, what am I doing? You can't go back through this way. You have to leave the hive by this route. It's going to turn to a morph ball to speed up a bit. But yeah, this is pretty much going to be it for part 12. In the next part, we're going to be travelling to Torvus Bog. So I shall see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.